Hello, you're watching Hornbill TV's Northeast Express. As the news of 6 dead bodies found floating in Jirumuk, a confluence of Jiri and Barak River, came out suggesting that they belong to the 6 hostages kidnapped by Kuki militants on the 11th of November last. Kachar Police Administration made arrangements for the handing of the 10 Kuki militants lodged in Silchar Medical College and Hospital morgue since 12th November to the Manipur police authorities. Members of Kuki and Hamar communities have been camping outside Silchar's morgue since 12th November to take possession of the dead bodies. On Saturday morning, as the news came out that the dead bodies of these 10 Kuki militants, which these tribal folks regard as village defense volunteers, were to be handed over to Manipur police, hundreds of them gathered once again. As the Kachar police team, in the presence of a magistrate, tried to make those gathered understand that it was within the Manipur police authorities' jurisdiction, a war of words broke out, leading to the Kachar police team carrying out lathi charge, which the protesters retaliated by pelting stones at the police force. In this melee, 4 journalists of Silchar also got hurt. Later, SP Kachar Numal Mahata and DIG Southern Range Kankan Jyoti Saikia warned the protesters of lawful action if they resort to violence of any form. Later, the situation was brought under control as protesters agreed to conduct a small ritual in the premises of the SMCH morgue and hand over the bodies to the Manipur police team. The dead bodies would be airlifted from Assam Rifles base in Masimpur military station and taken to Churachandpur district of Manipur, as we report. SP Kachar Numal Mahata said a misunderstanding cropped up with the agitators who are emotionally attached to the deaths of these 10 Kuki youths. He said they have ensured that this is a matter of Manipur and no fallout should take place in the Kachar district of Assam.
देखिए आई एम एसपी हिज डीआईजी वी हैव कम हियर आप लोगों को 3-4 दिन आप लोगों का ऑनर किया आप लोगों के सेंटीमेंट को समझा हमारा पुलिस को आप लोग अभी पत्थर मार रहे हैं दिस इज वेरी बैड थिंग কৰিবলৈ লওঁতে মানে তেওঁলোকক ইয়াৰ পৰা লোকৰ সামনে তেওঁলোকে এটা বুজাবুজি হৈছিলে ভুল বুজাবুজি এটা হৈছিলে তাৰ পাছত আমি আহি উপস্থিত হৈ তেওঁলোকৰ লগত কথা পাতিছোঁ আৰু ৰাইজে তেওঁলোকৰ কিছু ক'বলগীয়া আছিলে আমি শুনিছোঁ তাৰ পাছত আমি এতিয়া বৰ্তমান আমি ডেড বডিসমূহ আমি ইয়াৰ পৰা উলিয়াই পঠাইছোঁ আৰু ইয়াত এয়াৰলিফ্ট কৰি তেওঁলোকৰ গন্তব্যস্থানলৈ লৈ যোৱা হ'ব 5 দিনৰ পৰা এইবিলাক ইয়াতে কেম্পিং কৰি আছিলে হয় ইয়াতে আছিলে আপোনালোকে গম পাইছে যে ইয়াতে বহুতো লোক আছিলে ইয়াত বহুত লোকৰ সমাগম হৈ আছিলে গতিকে এতিয়া আমি তেওঁলোকক সকলোকে অনুৰোধ কৰিছোঁ তেওঁলোকে নিজৰ ঘৰাঘৰি হ'ব লাগে কাৰণ ইয়াত এইটো হ'ল মানে অসমৰ কাছাৰ জিলা আৰু ইয়াত হ'ল আমি তেওঁলোকে এটা ইয়াত পোষ্টমৰ্টেমৰ কাৰণে তেওঁলোকে বডিসমূহ ইয়াত আনিছিলে তেওঁলোকৰ সুবিধাৰ্থে আৰু এতিয়া তেওঁলোকে পোষ্টমৰ্টেম কৰাৰ পাছত সেইবিলাক গন্তব্যস্থানলৈ তেওঁলোকে লৈ গৈছে বৰ্তমানলৈকে 10টা গৈছে আচ্ছা কাইলে 3টা ডেড বডি ৰিকভাৰি হৈছিলে আজি আকৌ 3টা হৈছে নি এসব বাকি কথা মই ক'ব নোৱাৰো কিন্তু এতিয়া আমাৰ যিখিনি ইয়াত যোৱা 5 দিন ধৰি আছিলে এতিয়া সেইখিনি মানুহখিনিৰ লগত আমি কথা বতৰা পতাৰ পাছত এতিয়া তেওঁলোকে ইয়াৰ পৰা ঘৰাঘৰি হ'বলৈ তেওঁলোকক অনুৰোধ কৰিছোঁ আৰু ডেড বডিসমূহ আমি তেওঁলোকৰ পৰিয়ালবৰ্গই যাতে লাভ কৰে তাৰ কাৰণে গন্তব্যস্থানলৈ আমি ইয়াৰ পৰা মণিপুৰ আৰক্ষীয়ে তাৰ ব্যৱস্থা কৰিছে আৰু সেই এয়াৰলিফ্ট কৰি ইয়াৰ পৰা লৈ যোৱা হৈছে স্যাৰ ইয়াৰ কমিউনিটি কি কৈছে আপুনি যেটো কাৰণে এইবিলাকে উঠাই দিলে সক এই কথাটো আমি ক'ব নোৱাৰো কাৰণ আমাৰ কথাটো হ'ল যে আমি ইয়াত আইন শৃংখলা জনিত পৰিৱেশৰ কাৰণে আছোঁ আৰু গোটেই বিষয়টো হ'ল যে মণিপুৰ আৰক্ষীয়ে তেওঁলোকৰ যিসমূহ মানে ইনজুৰ্ড পাৰ্চন আৰু যিসকল মৃত ব্যক্তি তেওঁলোকক ইয়াত পোষ্টমৰ্টমৰ কাৰণে লৈ আহিছিলে আমি আইন শৃংখলা জনিত কাৰণে আমি যেহেতুকে এইটো আমাৰ ইয়াত আৰু আমাৰ ইয়াত সকলো যিসকল লোক আছে সকলো লোকে ইয়াত মানে আমাক সহযোগ কৰিছে কিন্তু ইয়াত কোনো ধৰণৰ আইন শৃংখলা পৰিস্থিতি যাতে কোনো সৃষ্টি কৰিব নোৱাৰে তাৰ কাৰণে আমি তেওঁলোকক সকলোকে আমি কৈ দিছোঁ যে এইটো ইয়াত কোনো ধৰণৰ মানে বহিৰাজ্যৰ বিষয় লৈ পেলাই ইয়াত কোনো ধৰণৰ যদি আইন শৃংখলা পৰিস্থিতি নহয় তাৰ কাৰণে আমি সকলোকে কৈ দিছোঁ আৰু তেওঁলোকেও ইতিমধ্যে তেওঁলোকৰ বডিসমূহ লৈ যাবলৈ আমি ইয়াৰ পৰা আমি লৈ গৈছোঁ আৰু তেওঁলোকৰ যি গন্তব্য স্থান আছে যি পৰিয়ালবৰ্গ আছে তালৈ বডিসমূহ লৈ যাব
মেডিকেল কলেজত এতিয়া চিটুৱেশ্যন
নাই এতিয়া বৰ্তমান পৰিস্থিতি সম্পূৰ্ণ নিয়ন্ত্ৰণহীন সম্পূৰ্ণ শান্তিপূৰ্ণভাৱে আছে এতিয়া কোনো ধৰণৰ নাই প্ৰথমে যি ৰাইজ ইয়াত গোট খাইছিলে তেওঁলোকৰ এটা ভুল বুজাবুজি হৈছিলে বাট তেওঁলোকক যেতিয়া আমি কথা পাতিলোঁ তাৰপাছত তেওঁলোকে সকলো কথাখিনি বুজি পাইছে চাওক আমি কোনো পৰিস্থিতিত আমাৰ এটা একেবাৰে পৰিষ্কাৰ কথা যে অসমত কোনো ধৰণৰ আইন শৃংখলা পৰিস্থিতি কাছাৰ জিলাত আমি কোনো গোষ্ঠীৰ মাজত আমি ইয়াত পৰিস্থিতিৰ সৃষ্টি হোৱাটো আমি নিবিচাৰোঁ আৰু তাৰ কাৰণে অহৰহ আমি চেষ্টা চলাই আছোঁ আমাৰ সকলো অঞ্চলতে আমি পুলিচ বাহিনী আৰক্ষী বাহিনী তাৰপিছত অৰ্ধসামৰিক বাহিনী আমাৰ নিয়োজিত হৈ আছে আৰু এনেকুৱা ধৰণৰ কোনো অপশক্তিয়ে যদি ইয়াত কিবা পৰিস্থিতি সৃষ্টি কৰিবলৈ চেষ্টা কৰে তেওঁলোকৰ বিৰুদ্ধে কঠোৰতম আইনগত ব্যৱস্থা ল'বৰ কাৰণে আমি তৎপৰ হৈ আছোঁ
Thank you, sir. Thank you. We are now being joined by our correspondent from Silchar, Anirudh Laskar, and we will be connecting with him to try and find out the details as to what happened during the day, especially outside Silchar Medical College and Hospital. And Anirudh will be able to give us better details. First of all, good evening, Anirudh. You must have had one eventful day. So, for the viewers, could you please, in brief, could you share with us what actually happened? Why the protesters had to clash with with the Kachar police, and the Kachar police resorting to lathi charge, and also after the intervention of the Kachar SP and IGP, what discussions were made that now the situation is a little more peaceful?
Akivito, good evening. First, it was a very eventful day, right?
Yes.
In the morning, I could assume that we're going to be of a different kind today in Silchar Medical College mock. In fact, today morning itself, when I reached Silchar Medical College campus,
Yes.
it was quite empty in sort of the protesters were sleeping in a nearby the camping area that they have taken place. And the additional SP Kachar was also there. He was too sleeping in his vehicle.
Yes.
I asked him whether he were there for the whole night. He said, no, I came early in the morning at 5 and just taking some nap to have some rest because the day is going to be very long.
Yes.
And in fact, that too exactly what happened. Once around 9:30, the situation started when the other police forces started to come in.
Yes.
You see, Akivito, these people, Kuki and Mar community members, they have been camping outside the Silchar Medical College morgue since 12th November.
Yes.
Today is 16th. Almost 5 days have gone by.
Yes.
And for the last 5 days, they have been camping here. Their only thing is that the 10 dead bodies they were brought by the Manipur police team for post-mortem.
Yes.
Once the post-mortem is over, to be handed over to them.
Yes.
And they would do all the last rites needed.
All right.
But since from 12 itself, the post-mortem of 6 dead bodies was done.
Yes.
And on 13th evening, another 4 was completed. The 10 was completed by 13th evening.
Okay.
So from 13 to 16, they kept on lingering that. And that was the reason why they were getting agitated, why the bodies are not being given.
Yes.
Today morning, they learned that the bodies would be airlifted to Churachandpur,
Yes.
which they didn't like because they were telling that we have been camping here for so long, the bodies should be given to us.
Yes.
Akivito.
All right, so how was it that the situation got under control? Was it only because of the appearance of SP Kachar, Numal Mahata, and also IGP Mr. Silchar that the protesters finally understood? And what was the assurance given by the Kachar police to the protesters?
You see, after that, Akivito, what happened is that when the news came out that the bodies would be airlifted to Churachandpur,
Yes.
they are not opposed to the bodies going to Churachandpur.
All right.
They wanted the bodies to be given to them,
Okay.
and they via Mizoram they would take it to Churachandpur by road or any other means.
Okay.
But handing it over to Manipur police was one thing that they didn't like. And secondly, when today the police and the Kachar police team and the magistrate was there, they tried to only ask them just go back a little so that we can take the bodies and take the have the bodies in the vehicle and take the bodies away. And that's when the protesters became quite angry.
Yes.
And a tussle started between the police and the protesters. The police had to start a lathi charge upon them. And once the lathi charge started, the protesters too retaliated by pelting stones. So the situation all of a sudden became quite tense out there. And we too, 4 journalists of ours also got hurt. The stones made some injuries to them. But in all these things, just when that moment started, the SP Kachar along with DIG Southern Range, Konkonjyoti Soikia, they reached the spot and immediately the situation was brought to control. SP Kachar directly said, this is Kachar, this is within Assam, this is not Manipur. What is happening in Manipur should not reflect in Barak Valley or Kachar. So we don't want to take the law and order into our own hands. So please listen to us and we will hand over the bodies to you people. But the process is that it as the norm in the bodies will be taken to Churachandpur, and from Churachandpur the bodies can be taken by the family members.
All right, Anirudh, in this regard, last night we had reports that 3 bodies of the accused abductees that were abducted by the Kuki militants were found floating in the confluence of the Barak and Jiri river. And now we are getting further updates stating that 6 bodies have been discovered. In this regard, has the Kachar police been able to identify any of these 6 bodies that the Assam police, CRPF, that they have recovered in a joint operation? And has the Kachar police given any additional information as to who the bodies might belong to?
So you see, the situation is a bit in a very precarious situation right now. The Kachar police is in. The bodies of which were identified yesterday matches the people who were taken as hostage. In fact, just after that, another 3 bodies upstream of Jirimok River, there was found another 3 bodies. And those, yesterday night itself, the 3 bodies of 1 woman and 2 child were sent to State Medical College for postmortem. And today morning, rest 3 has also arrived. We spoke to the SP Kachar and asked him whether he would give us information whether these 6 are the hostages. He said, I don't want to speak on that matter as of now, because for that the Manipur police would give a statement in this regard. And bodies have reached Silchar Medical College for postmortem. That is confirmed, Akivito.
All right, so Anirudh, in this regard, Manipur at the moment is currently undergoing some law and order situation where the law and order seems to have completely failed. There has been a total curfew that is being imposed in Imphal, in some of the districts in Manipur. In this regard, do you think the Kachar administration and the Kachar police, as you were speaking to SP Kachar today, did he find any apprehensions regarding the incidents of violence that is taking place in Manipur reeling into Kachar area, and has the police taken up any preemptive measures so that this particular wave of violence will not enter Silchar or the Barak Valley area?
Exactly, Akivito. In fact, that was the question I asked SP Kachar today in the mall premises itself. That do you feel that what is happening in neighboring Jirivam, where the violence is the most right now in Manipur, would fall out into Barak Valley? Because there are many people living inside Barak Valley in Kachar district itself. There are Mar communities, there are Methi communities living conjointly for many, many years. But what is happening in Jirivam will eventually start, fresh point will be there where these clashes will begin between them also. So I asked him specifically whether you are aware of these things and all. He said, my forces are alert. We have not only put up additional forces in the border areas and paramilitary forces and the commandos are there doing patrolling day in and day out. We won't tolerate any chance or any chance of any communal affairs within Kachar district. He's very particular about it. We won't tolerate anything. A small spark or whatever comes up, we'll handle it properly. Akivito.
All right, thank you so much, Anirudh, for giving us the latest updates. We hope you did not get injured in that melee that took place during the day, and we hope you remain safe. And we will be connecting back to you to get further updates regarding this particular incident that took place in Jirimam. Thank you so much, Anirudh. Well, that was our correspondent from Silchar, Anirudh, who just told us about the happenings that took place outside Silchar Medical College Hospital today, where there were several Kuki and Mar protesters who got into a melee with the Kachar police because they did not want the bodies of the 10 Kuki militants to be handed over to the Manipur police. But after the intervention of Kachar SP Numal Mahata and the DIG Southern Range Mr. Silchar, things seems to have come under control, but not in the Barak Valley or Silchar area, but things to have gotten out of control in the Manipur side of it, as we are getting reports stating where houses, residences of ministers or MLAs and even vehicles are being targeted by the mob. So these Jirbam incidents seems to have created a fresh wave of new violence that has been reported from Manipur since May of 2023, and we just hope that the authorities and the agencies responsible for the law and order situation take all these matters into account, and we hope that normalcy returns soon. Well, now moving forward, hundreds of people protested in different parts of Imphal Valley on Saturday after 3 bodies suspected to be of missing persons were found along Assam-Manipur border. The protesters, mostly women, blocked the main roads in Kwakaithel area in Imphal West district, at Sagulbantera in Imphal West by burning tires to prevent vehicular movement, police said. At Khwairambam market, the main market of Manipur, women vendors staged a protest rally against the killing even as huge security forces were deployed in Imphal. As news of the recovery of 3 bodies spread, business establishments and markets also closed down their shutters. Locals came out on the streets at Ningthaukhom in Bishnupur district and Lamlong in Imphal East district to stage protests against the killing. The state government has meanwhile declared a holiday for schools and colleges on Saturday. 3 bodies of a woman and 2 children, suspected to be of 6 persons missing from Jiribam district, were found near the confluence of Jiri River and Barak River along the Manipur-Assam border on Friday night, officials said on Saturday. The bodies were brought to Assam's Silchar Medical College Hospital on Friday night and kept at the hospital's morgue for post-mortem. 3 women and 3 children who lived in a relief camp have been missing since the gunfight between security forces and militants in Jiribam district on Monday, with Meitei organizations alleging that they were kidnapped by the retreating militants. Police said search was underway for them. More than 200 people have been killed and thousands rendered homeless in ethnic clashes between Imphal Valley-based Meiteis and adjoining hills-based Kuki-Zo groups since May last year. Ethnically diverse Jiribam, which was largely untouched by the clashes in Imphal Valley and the adjoining hills, witnessed violence after the mutilated body of a farmer was found in a field in June this year. And as the time of filing this report, 3 more bodies, like it has been reported by a correspondent from Silchar, the 3 more bodies have been found, and in total 6 bodies have been found, and all those bodies are now currently at the Silchar Medical College and Hospital.
It's the most heartbreaking news to hear the news of the women and child killing brutally. And they were kidnapped and they were taken as the hostage. Now we hear that they have been killed. Women are raped. We hear that. And the children were brutally killed. And this is against of all the religion, of all, and it is against the humanity. They are really terrorists and they are really criminal. The Prime Minister Narendra Modi broke his silence at the time of the women naked period. What would he say now to this killing of the women and child? If he does not punish this criminal, this terrorist, then we, the people of Manipur, now will take him as biased and partial to this death conflict. And he is sending more than 1 lakh army, 1 lakh central forces, more than, it's now over, now 1 lakh. Now, if he cannot, this state and the people, all this process, with all this process, then now what is the need of all this process? And now, with all this process, if we cannot save our land, if we cannot save our people, then above all this, he is capping Upper Spa again. Then now we take this Upper Spa as the genocidal process to this state. If we cannot save, If we cannot our land, then remove all these forces from here. We, the indigenous people of Manipur, will now take our step to save our land and the people from India government proxy war.
In a crucial push towards enhancing skill development and employability among the youth, the government of Tripura is preparing to sign a memorandum of understanding with Tata Technologies for upgrading 19 industrial training institutes with cutting-edge technology. The announcement was made by Sushanta Chaudhary, Minister of Food and Transport, during a press conference held at the Secretariat on Saturday. Highlighting the initiative, Chaudhary said the collaboration with Tata Technologies is aimed at addressing the shortcomings in the current management and training systems of ITIs, which have resulted in limited skill development and poor placement rates for the youth. The project, which is set to span 5 years, will involve an investment of Rs 683.27 crore. Of this, Tata Technologies will shoulder 86% of the cost, while the state government will contribute the remaining 14%. The upgradation will cover all 19 ITIs in the state, encompassing an areas of 13,000 square feet. The government has allocated Rs 112 crore for its share in the initiative.
আগরতলা বিশেষ করে কলকাতা রুটের বিমান ভাড়া নিয়ে বিভিন্ন সময়ে সংবাদ মাধ্যমে অনেক নিউজ সেখানে পরিবেশিত হয়েছে এবং প্রত্যেকের মধ্যেই এটা একটা বহু চর্চিত বিষয়। বিধানসভার ভেতরেও এই বিষয় নিয়ে আলোচনা হয়েছে এবং বিভিন্ন সংবাদপত্রে এই বিষয় নিয়ে চর্চা হচ্ছে যে ডাবল ইঞ্জিন সরকারের আমলে রাজ্যে এবং কেন্দ্রে একই সরকার, তো স্বাভাবিকভাবেই বিমান ভাড়া কেন বৃদ্ধি পাবে। আমরা বারবার বিভিন্ন সাংবাদিক বৈঠকে, বিভিন্ন অনুষ্ঠানে, সংবাদ মাধ্যমে আমরা বলেছি, বিধানসভার ভেতরেও বলেছি, কিন্তু আজকে অফিসিয়ালি আমরা আপনাদেরকে বলছি সাংবাদিক সম্মেলনের মাধ্যমে যে এটা দেখুন সম্পূর্ণভাবে বিমান ভাড়া কেন্দ্রীয় সরকারের নিয়ন্ত্রণেও নয়, যারা এয়ারলাইন কোম্পানিগুলো রয়েছে সেই এয়ারলাইন কোম্পানিগুলোর অধীন সেই বিমান ভাড়া, মানে কেন্দ্রীয় সরকারের কন্ট্রোলে নয়, সেটা ডিকন্ট্রোল। এবং ডিজিসিএ, ডাইরেক্টরেট জেনারেল অফ সিভিল এভিয়েশন, ডিজিসি এর অধীন টিএমইউ, তারিফ মনিটরিং ইউনিট বলে একটা সংস্থা রয়েছে, যারা প্রতিনিয়ত সারা দেশে এই বিমান ভাড়া যে ফ্লাকচুয়েশন, ভাড়া বাড়া বা ভাড়া কমা, সেই বিষয়ে রেগুলার মনিটরিং তারা সেখানে নজর রাখে বা সার্ভেলেন্স করে থাকেন।
In what has been termed as an incident of police brutality, a delivery agent was allegedly assaulted by a police officer near Jail Road in the city of Guwahati on Friday evening. According to eyewitnesses, the incident occurred at approximately 6:30 p.m. when the delivery agent allegedly broke a signal near Jail Road. Police officer reportedly pursued him, dragged him to the side of the road and started assaulting him. A video of the incident recorded by an eyewitness shows the police officer gripping the agent's neck and angrily questioning him. Despite pleas from onlookers, the officer repeatedly struck the agent, escalating the situation. The eyewitness who recorded the incident alleged that the officer, upon noticing the recording, turned on them, issuing threats and demanding they stop filming. Several other bystanders attempted to intervene, but the officer allegedly threatened them as well, warning them to mind their business. In a statement, a police official claimed that the delivery agent had tried to escape despite being instructed to halt by the police security officer. The official stated that the agent was riding towards a no-entry zone. After the incident, the Assam DGP GP Singh on Friday ordered suspension of the OC of Pan Bazar police station in Guwahati with immediate effect after a video went viral on social media where the police officer was seen beating a food delivery boy in the Fancy Bazaar area for violating traffic rules, reports Dhruva Jyoti Malakar. The DGP informed about the suspension through an ex-post stating that the behavior of Inspector Bhargav Borbora, OC Pan Bazar, was unacceptable and has been placed under suspension with immediate effect. DGP also said a departmental inquiry has been ordered and CP Guwahati has been advised to post another officer immediately.
সিগনেল দিছিলো পলাই আহিছিলো মোক ভাঙি দিম বুলি ক'ল
মানে সেইফালে পাৰ হৈ যাব দিয়ে তো ময়ো তেনেকৈ ভাবিছিলোঁ নৰ্মেলি তুমি কৈছে বুলি কিন্তু চিৰিয়াছ ইছ্যু চলি আছে অলৰেডি ৰাইজিং ডে আহি আছে বুলি কৈছে আলফাৰ সেইকাৰণে তো সেইটো কাৰণে মানে অকণমান তাতে নাকাটো অলপ বেছিকৈ লগাইছিলে মোক মাতিলে মই মানে ভালকৈ গুৰুত্ব নিদিলোঁ প্ৰথমবাৰ তো নেক্সট টাইম তেনেকৈ মানে আহি হয় অকণমান প্ৰহাৰটো মোৰ ওপৰত বেছিকৈ কৰিলে প্ৰথমবাৰ কিন্তু মানে পিছত গৈ ভালকৈ বুজি পাইছোঁ যে কেছটো অলপমান বেলেগ আৰু যে অলৰেডি ৰাইজিং ডেৰ কাৰণে কিবা বেলেগ চিটুৱেশ্যনতে আছে বুলি মানে সেয়াই
And that was all for this hour's bulletin. For more news and updates, stay tuned to Hornbill TV. Goodbye.